we're now behind the scenes, and I am going to show you, introduce you to two of the most important people who completely support the business. Come into the Ops Centre through here. And here we have Sarah Pepper and Clive Barker.
Good morning.
So here we are in the Ops Centre, and this is Clive, and he is our accountant, but he's actually much more to us than that, because he is our wise counsel, and he's also great fun. So Clive,
Thank you.
yeah, how completely chaotic is it working at Home Castle?
Yeah, it's bedlam. Yes, yeah. I mean,
It has its moments, doesn't it?
yes, we're slowly moving into about the 14th century. So,
Yeah, that's good.
which
Yeah,
is
well,
which
you know,
is a
better than the
progression.
13th.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're getting there.
No, it's interesting. It's interesting.
You've been here for how long now?
8 years now. 8 years. Yeah, yes.
And you've done a lot of changes, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. There's been all sorts of things. I mean, there's lots of boring things that have happened, which is the things that I'm here to do, which is to put things in straight lines and to organise stuff and things like that. But there's been a lot of fun, and a lot of enjoyment and pleasure along the way as well.
And the lovely thing about Clive is that he tells us before things go wrong that they might go wrong.
Yeah.
So actually, as a result, they generally don't go wrong. Whereas before, they used to just fall off cliffs.
Yeah.
Quite frequently,
No,
wouldn't they?
that's I'm here to be the office pessimist. And,
You do really well.
That's the general plan. But yes, it's a challenge. It's a genuine challenge, as I'm sure you know.
Absolutely. And I think it's fair to say that if Clive hadn't been here last March when COVID struck, I mean, we wouldn't be here now, would we? I mean, I just know that, I'm telling you. He's been absolutely amazing, keeping us calm and just keeping us, I mean, you say you're the pessimist, you have been the most optimistic pessimist.
Well,
He has given us this wonderful thing called hope, and just saying actually we will be here in a year's time and it's going to be okay.
That's very kind. Yeah, no, it's we've been very fortunate to mention. It's no use us going, there's loads and loads of others who are in the same situation where we are still here, and we've been fortunate, and we're going to carry on for a long time.
So this is Sarah Pepper. Now she is the other super brain in this organisation, and what Sarah doesn't know about weddings, frankly, doesn't need to be known, does it? It's just, that's it. And actually, over the last year, Sarah really should have been in the diplomatic service. She has done the most amazing job at helping all the poor brides and grooms who have needed to rearrange their wedding, not necessarily once.
No, we've had 3 or 4 times, unfortunately, which has been really sad.
It has.
Yes.
But actually, life before COVID, can you explain what you actually did rather than react before then?
So I'm involved in viewings, so I get to meet the lovely couples when they come and have a look around Hedingham and show them the venue and explain how the day works. And then from there, when they book, I'm involved in the planning meetings leading up to the day and on hand to answer any questions that they have.
And then quite often you're running the day.
Running the day, yes. So we actually get to see them get married, which is always a lovely thing. Always have a tear on a wedding day, and that's part of the joy. So we get to meet all their lovely family and friends as well, which is always nice.
So you run a team of people who help with the weddings, don't you?
So that we're a bunch of lovely ladies, and they are ladies, I'm afraid. No men at the moment. So we have Jackie, we have Debbie, we have Sally, and we have Casey, who are all on hand to run days. Jackie actually got married at the castle 5 years ago, which was lovely, and I was her coordinator. And Debbie is actually getting married at the castle this year. So we all know from personal experience what it's like.
And actually, we used to have Sally, who's now gone on to do other things, but and she got married here.
Yes. So it's a real family affair. So we all love it. So so they're a nice bunch of ladies. They all are passionate about Hedingham. And whoever you meet, you'll get lots of information from and know how the day is going to work, which is really lovely.
now going to introduce you to Steffi Dry, who you have already met. And Steffi joined us in November as our marketing guru, which is fantastic. And the thing about Steffi's CV that I really liked is that she said she came top in her GCSEs out of everybody in her school, and I said, right, that is the girl for me. I need someone who is so on this subject, because I am, as you know, the world's worst computer user. And I think Instagram and things is all terrifying.
Yeah.
But you just tell us what you do here.
So yes, look after all things marketing basically. Everything from website management and updates, social media, adding events and managing events on our sort of ticketing back-end system.
Steffi's also very creative. So we were talking quite early on, weren't we, about the idea of diversification and getting ourselves out of the COVID rut, which, you know, when you're 70% of your business is in weddings, it's not great at the moment. So, and you came in, and we were then talking about, weren't we, the idea of a weekend wedding and a 2-day wedding, and just by complete magic, you sort of came in with the Wilderness Reserve catalogue, which is just so beautiful, isn't it? And what I loved about it was that it made me so confident. I think you make me, or us, confident that actually Hedingham is a really fantastic place.
There's so much to offer here. There is so much to offer. You've got the accommodation, the grounds, the castle obviously is the castle, but there's so much other bits and pieces that you can come here for a yoga retreat, or you can come here for a picnic or a joust, or to do some wine tasting. You know, there's just so much you could do with it, and I think that's really exciting.
Now I'm going to introduce you to Hazel, who is our housekeeper, and she is about as unlike Mrs. Danvers in Rebecca as you can possibly imagine, which is obviously a good thing. She's not even vaguely scary, are you?
Can be.
Oh, yeah, well, actually she can. The wonderful thing about Hazel was that she was here the very first day I arrived back in 2004?
18 years.
Yes, 18 years ago. But you've been here much longer than that, haven't you?
95, so 26 years this year. So.
Is it that long? That's amazing.
Yes.
And you've seen the place change a bit in that time, haven't you?
Lots of changes. Yes, lots of changes. Obviously working for the Right Honourable Mr. Lindsay and Mrs. Lindsay,
and what was it like then? Because they never actually really lived here, did they?
No, they used to come every couple of weeks. Sometimes they used to stay for the weekend, and it was a privilege to work for them, and we did have lots of fun. I remember on one occasion with Mr. Lindsay, when we hadn't all started, that we weren't sure how to do the dining room table.
Oh yes.
Because we had the brass bits at the end, so we had Eve, who worked here then, was under the table with Mr. Lindsay, trying to extend it. So we did have a chuckle then, and
you always had a chuckle with Mr. Lindsay.
Very,
yes, such fun.
Very.
And then we arrived in 2004.
Yes.
And instantly started having Natasha.
Yeah. It was lovely to. The house kind of came alive.
Oh, did it?
With the patter of tiny feet, and I mean those years have gone so quickly.
Oh gosh, haven't they?
You know.
Scary.
Yes, go so quickly, and it was lovely to sort of see the children grow up.
Yes. Well, golly, I don't think they would have grown up without you, frankly, because Hazel was my sort of everything I needed go-to person. So if Natasha had a temp, she's like, oh, my baby's dying. No, she's not actually. I'm now going to introduce you to Jeff, who is the most reluctant person you're ever going to meet who's going to be on a camera. But you're here, and I couldn't tell him this was going to happen over the weekend because I thought he wouldn't turn up, but you wouldn't have turned up, would you?
No, I'd be gone. Long gone.
And the lovely thing is that he is the gardener with the dry sense of humour, which is very apt actually when you work at Hedingham, isn't it? Because how long have you been here?
3 years.
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, and look, he's still here, which is an accolade, really, or it just because you can't find anything else to do.
Yeah.
And one of the wonderful things about COVID was that we could actually completely reorganise the lawn on the other side, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Which was
that
rather fun, and
it was actually quite nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
just having the time to do it, and
Yeah, it's a bit awkward digging up flower beds when you got to have when you get
that's true.
nuisance. But, you know.
Yeah. And what's our next project going to be in the woods?
Well, there's a lot of little projects. We got the stumpery.
The stumpery, yeah.
Yeah. That's an interesting one.
It's going to be fun because Jace doesn't want us to do a stumpery, but we're going to do it because we've got this pile of old stumps, haven't we?
And who doesn't want a stumpery?
Who doesn't want a stumpery? We're going to have a circle in the woods of stumps next to these 3 incredible Wellingtonia trees, and it's going to look beautiful, isn't it? So that is a very brief introduction to our Hedingham family, and I'm so glad that you've met most of the main people who help us here. There are a few exceptions, but I hope that we will catch up with them as and when they come in. As I've said before, if you'd like to subscribe to us and keep up to date with what's going on and watch the next programme, whatever we're calling this, the vlog, that would be great. And the next one I think is going to be all about the renovations of the house, so it'll be quite interesting. Take care, bye.